Hello everybody and welcome to race number 7 of the Subway Cup Series here at Watkins Glen for the Boost Mobile 350K. My name is Travis Crampton and alongside me once again in the booth is Nathan Stapleton. Nathan, welcome to New York.
It's great to be here in New York, and it's great to be here at one of my favorite road courses and possibly one of the better road courses on Watkins Glen International. For race number 7, it's going to be a great one here today.
Yes, it is. We got 18 laps here today at Watkins Glen around the boot, so it's going to be interesting doing the sports car version of Watkins Glen. So a little bit longer of a lap, but more opportunities to make mistakes.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. This version is there's a lot of places to make passes, but there's also a lot of places where you can make mistakes, and probably the most treacherous part is gonna be off turn 11, right before the start finish line. But also, I believe it is the toe or the heel of the boot. I think it's the toe of the boot, but that can be a little bit of a tricky corner as well. There's a couple of tricky spots, but this track's a really good racetrack, and gonna have to see if who come out on top of the second most spin on the season.
Yeah, and last week at Mansfield, it was Memphis. It was a very good race there. Bradley Ream starting from the last row, taking the win. That moved him up to 4th in points, and we're going to go over the points. So Bradley Ream's 4th, Logan Williams still your points leader after having a difficult day at Memphis, and John Andrews caught up to him quite significantly, now 10 points back in 2nd. George Stout is 3rd in points. Like we said, Bradley Ream 4th, Roberto Crown Jr. in 5th, Eli Bright 6th, Anthony Hernandez is in 7th, John Barrymore in 8th, Juan Garcia in 9th, and Zachary Taylor rounds out the top 10. And, it's been, for some of these guys, they've had really good seasons so far, like Logan Williams, besides last week, John Andrews as well, besides last week. Last week, we had that caution during green flag pit stop to cycle things up, switched some things around, so some people ended up getting a little bit messed up from that caution. In the top 10 in the starting lineup before we go rolling is Kenneth Miller, Elijah Gordon, Nicholas Samadillo, Colin Teague, Josh Williamson, Anthony Hernandez, Logan Williams, Chris Jericho, Chase Harris, and Brandon Beal. Well, these drivers will start rolling off, and as these drivers roll off, you will see the grid on the side of your screen, and the pace car is going to drive off into the distance, and everyone's going to try to catch up. And Elijah Gordon and Kenneth Miller on the front row. Got to be careful you don't mess up the start here and put yourself off on the bad foot early. 18 laps here for the Boost Mobile 350K is green here at Watkins Glen. Even start from the first 2 rows down into turn number 1. The premium teammates will go a little bit wide, and we're going to go 3 wide up the S's. Watch out, Samadillo's going to hit the grass and the curb, and he's going to have to back out of it. Meanwhile, the 2 premium teammates are all over the back bumper of the 14 of Kenneth Miller.
Samadillo, you see that a lot at this version of the corner. That's probably a wise move from Samadillo and Mr. Edge. Don't want to go 3 wide on lap 1 in the S's. Premium teammates side by side of Colin Teague and Elijah Gordon. And this track's a tough place here, but it's definitely going to be a lot of great racing here today. Going into the chute, entering the boot at the Glen, and heading into turn 7 to toe, and then turn 8 is the heel. And
you have that backwards. This is the heel.
Oh. Okay.
This is the I know this from my iRacing days, so that is the heel, and then this is the toe right here.
Okay.
Actually,
well,
no, you might be right. I don't know.
I might be right. I think I'm right because I'm looking on Google. But
okay, well then you're probably right then.
But side by side, all over the place. Definitely want to make those positions now here on the first couple of laps. And just gonna quickly say that my pick today is Samadillo. I think he's gonna win. I think track position is gonna be important, and here's the dreaded turn 11.
Yeah. Watch out, everyone. Oh, your driver, Josh Williamson's going to hit the wall. So does Anthony Hernandez. And everybody else looks to be all good. Oh, little contact right there.
Oh.
Jason Albert gets shoved into the grass, but he keeps it all good. And there is no incident on the first lap. But we are going to spread out a little bit, trying to get around that guy who hit the wall of Jason Albert.
And I believe it should be pit stops right at or past halfway, so it should just be one stop before these drivers. But how about Kenneth Miller in the number 14 pulling out to a little bit of a gap, but Conti closing in number 55 really quickly, and they might have a one going into the boot.
Yep, coming into the boot. Not quite there, but Kenneth Miller could start feeling the pressure, could go a little wide right here, doesn't, keeps it on the racetrack. And down into the toe, as I think I'm backwards. I'm still on backwards on that, so yeah, I think you're right. The toe, and then into the heel.
Into the heel, and it's going to see what ends up happening, especially throughout the field. You got some side-by-side battles between, I believe, the 32 and the 34 about Sam Tully and John Andrews. A side-by-side battle between the three of Hernandez and Logan Williams, the dominant driver this season up to this point. Conti wanting a little bit of a different lane, trying to set himself up for this final corner. Kenneth Miller's gonna do it cleanly. Oh my goodness, that was close what they were Gordon and Sam Adil. I believe we are good for the second lap here at the Glen. Oh no, we are not in
We
the
are
back.
not. We're wrecking in the back. Huge
Joe
wreck.
Gibbs' teammates and Trez blocked the 18, the 19. Actually, not a lot of cars involved, but unfortunately, a couple of Joe Gibbs cars got the worst of it, same as the 66 right there.
And that is just unfortunate because Gibbs has already had a rough start to the season, and that is just going to compound their problems. And it over there in Toyota Land is not having a fun time.
Yeah, it's not a fun time for a Toyota, unfortunately, so far this season. And tough play for Owen Miles in the 19 and Sam Wilson in the 18, and of course Messi in the 66. But so far, Kenneth Miller doing a good job up front, Colin Teague in second, Gordon in third, and then we got Sam Dio in fourth, Williamson and Jericho Montegrales in fifth and sixth. How about Brian Beal? I think, oh my goodness, Logan Williams. I think this might be one of his home tracks for Brian Beal, side by side up ahead, for third with Sam Dio and Gordon. And now this is where things are going to spread out a little bit. There's not a lot of tire, but oh, here we go. My bad for the race lead here.
Colin Teague dives it down to the inside of Kenneth Miller, but Miller's going to get the run off the exit there. But Colin Teague's still going to be side by side with Miller. Miller is going to go wide, and Colin Teague is going to be still even with Kenneth Miller, but he's going to go wide and hit the wall. And now that's going to allow Sam Badillo to get a huge run. He's going to try to split the middle. He cannot, but he's going to go back past Colin Teague. Can he make a move? Thinks better of it, stays behind Kenneth Miller. And Colin Teague right there tried to go for the lead and ended up losing a spot.
Oh, he might not be done for the race lead though. Sam Badillo has a lot of experience at this track over on Alex's channel, and he's really looking sporty today. I've been on a little bit of a roll, picking race winners on Alex's channel. I might be on a roll here today. Almost contact. Tight corners racing down this long back straightaway. Sam Badillo with the side draft. Sam Badillo and Kenneth Miller for the top spot.
What a race we have here already at Watkins Glen. Still early on lap 4. And these guys are putting on a show. Maybe Colin Teague sneaking up the middle, not quite. Kenneth Miller, he's going to now be almost clear, but Sam Badillo is still at his quarter panel, now at his door, now going up the toe, and now they're going down this straightaway, and I think Sam Badillo almost has him clear. Pretty much does, and now he does, and now he's going to cut in front of Kenneth Miller.
There's some dust, but that's probably because of, I would assume one of the JGR cars, if not both, is trying to make it back to pit road, but How about John Amos making some moves in the number 34? And oh yeah, these guys in the back got held up. There was not really a lot of cars involved in that front stretch melee, but there's definitely a handful of cars that got held up, unfortunately.
Oh, Patrick Smith goes really wide right there, and he's going to have an awkward angle heading into turn 11. And oh, Chase
Oh,
Miller and not Chase Miller, Chase Harris. I think I did that last week as well, an accident, so I do apologize. That's 2 weeks in a row. I need to stop saying that. Anyway, up front, we missed the battle for the lead. Kenneth
oh.
Miller to the lead, but Colin Teague, even with that damage, he's still there. He still wants the lead, and he's going to try to take it right now. But Sam Adio is still there. And your two drivers up here as well, Josh Williamson and Chris Jericho.
Yeah, right now Elijah Gordon is in a Chip Ganassi sandwich right now. Williamson got past him, got Jericho right behind him. How about Logan Williams behind these two drivers, bringing up Beal, Eli Bright, and John Andrews. A couple of drivers like Bright, Andrews, Logan Williams looking like some good drivers to see. Same with Dio side by side. Colin Teague and Kenneth Miller once again at Watkins Glen. When I said that this is going to be a fantastic race and that this track has a lot of trouble spots, but a lot of great passing opportunities, and this is what I mean by it. So much side-by-side racing so far. Kenneth Miller is still going to hang on to this race lead, but it might be a matter of if, not when. Or it might not. It might be a matter of when, not if he loses that race lead.
Yeah, these three have been slugging it out for the lead. It seems like one lap Kenneth Miller is a little bit faster, and then the next lap Colin Teague, and then also you got Sam Adio in the mix as well. So right now it is a multiple horse race for the lead right now. And oh, once again, Colin Teague's a little wide, and that's going to give some breathing room right there to Kenneth Miller. So that's what he liked to see. And now can Sam Adio capitalize on the situation and get a little bit closer to Colin Teague to maybe get that pass for second again?
Maybe. Teague starting to drift back a little bit. Logan Williams to the inside of Lena Beal through the S's. Gonna back out that one, and now this is where these guys have to start thinking about when they want to pit. If they want to pit on lap 9, lap 10, or if anyone wants to maybe somehow stretch it to lap 11. But it's gonna be interesting. But right now, Kenneth Miller for sure, I was racing is looking really strong in that number 14. But it's still early on. Only lap 6 of 18 here in the Boost Mobile 350K.
Yep, and Kenneth Miller, he's had a pretty solid season so far. Currently 11th in points. Only has 2 top 10s to his credit out of 6 races, but he's been pretty consistent and hasn't really DNF'd much this season. So that's why he's currently in 11th in points. And if he keeps this up, he's going to have a good points day and probably move up a little bit in the standings. Meanwhile, here comes Elijah Gordon making the move on the number 1 of Josh Williamson. And then behind him, you got Logan Williams making another attempt on Brandon Beal as well.
You saw something that I don't really see that much. Elijah Gordon got a good one exiting the toe into the heel and got side by side with Josh Williamson right there. They're going to still be side by side, but I don't see that often. So I think one just got a massive one that's going to go off into the curb. But the racing that we've seen is great, but that is not great for Colin Teague or Josh Williamson as they both hit the outside wall off turn 11. And I think these tires might be falling off a little bit, maybe a little bit of wear and tear. And some of these riders are smacking that outside wall off turn number 11 at the moment.
Yeah, and Colin Teague, he hit the wall. I don't think Kenneth hit the wall, but he definitely got really close to it, and that hurt his momentum, and that's going to allow Sam Adio. He not only got around Colin Teague, but he gained a little bit on Kenneth Miller, and now he's going to try to use that to his advantage. And meanwhile, back here, it is still a slugfest for all these guys. And also back here for these guys who's trying to still catch up after getting held up from the earlier wreck. So that's, like you said, unfortunate for them. Santi Messi, he's still going. And same with Owen Miles and Jacob Miller. And same with Chris Reynolds. So it looks like, I don't think anyone really retired from the race from that. Maybe the 18. I don't see the 18 out, so.
Yeah, I think the 18 might be out in the...
Also something happened to Fitzwater. So
That's
that's
unfortunate.
unfortunate for especially like someone's of Fitzy's caliber on road courses as well.
Yeah, very definitely, and that might happen. What might have happened to either the 20 or the 13? Because I don't think they were involved in the first accident down the front stretch. So tough break for them, but that's just the nature of road course racing and the nature of Watkins Glen. It's a treacherous racetrack, especially with the boot. But right now, Sam Badil trying to close in on Kenneth Miller, doing a good job out front. But look at everybody like second on back, really tight. As Sam Badil's gonna kiss the wall a little bit.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no, John Andrews. What in the? Oh no! Oh
oh
no!
no!
Oh no! Angel Gutierrez is inside the pit wall.
I think they might have been wanting to pit on lap 8 for a
And we're
couple of
wrecking
cars.
hard
Oh
down
my
the front
goodness!
straight.
Watch out! Oh my goodness, Jason Albert,
Track
John
is blocked.
Barrymore with a little tap. I don't know what is going on right there. I think some of these drivers are trying to pit on lap 8 a lap earlier than expected. It's not everyone, but chaos here at Watkins Glen at the moment. And now that opens the door of if these guys can make enough fuel. Because I thought they were going to put on lap 9, but some of those were putting to lap, on lap 7 coming to lap 8. So, I don't know. I really don't know if these guys can make it or not.
I think they can. I think they're just trying to do some strategy and maybe save some fuel. So we'll see. But that was some very unfortunate antics that happened down the front stretch.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I would like to point out that because this is a road course, there's no cautions, and all the shenanigans will be edited in the corner of the screen. But there might be a lot of editing for me to do, based off of what we've already seen here at the Glen here today, and we're only halfway through the Boost Mobile 350. The pit stops on the horizon here very soon.
Oh, very. And speaking of pit stops, there goes second and third. Ooh, huge hit right there for Eli Bright into the wall.
Not that many cars pitting this time by, so I think most of them are going to pit past halfway, but a couple of them trying to do the undercut and gonna have to save maybe a lap here. But like you said with Eli Bright, it's okay to do a little bit of a kiss, but you don't want to smack it, like what Eli Bright did. Also, look at the gap that Kenneth Miller has grown here towards the second half of this first pit cycle, or the first green flag one. Um, open up to a 2-second lead almost for this number 14, and if he can keep this up, have a good pit stop, he could be in prime position to get his first win on the season.
Yeah, but to be fair, the gap was because second and third did pit, so we'll see what the gap will be once the pit cycle cycles out. Goodness. But well, it's just gonna be interesting to see what kind of strategies you guys can play. And I'm assuming that everybody in the rest of the field is gonna come down pit road this time by. If not, someone's gonna try to go a little bit long.
Yeah, I would assume that most of these guys would probably just go the safe route and just split wide halfway at 9 out of 18, and then they should be good to make it. But who knows? Maybe some of the strategy range might be playing into effect. That might be why a couple cars pit a lap or two early, and who knows? Maybe someone could pit maybe a lap later. But here we go, and oh, why did I say that? Jericho stays out, Williams stays out, and Beal stays out.
And so does Anthony Hernandez back there, Mac Johnson. Looks like Maxime Guthrie, and a good handful of cars are staying out here. Zachary Taylor and others. So looks like you said, those strategy ratings playing into effect. Some people doing alternate strategies.
And I think this time by everyone else with the majority of these cars should hit this time. I think these guys might be wondering, like, oh, maybe we can't quite make it if we pit on lap 9, so let's just add one more extra lap as a little bit of a cushion. But Jericho can get a bonus point towards the championship. and that's gonna be crucial. Of course, early on in the season, but we're almost halfway through the regular season already. So I believe after this race, it'll be halfway through the regular season. So it's getting down to it already. But Jericho, Beal, Williams out front in this as of now during the pit cycle, and I want to say about 15 or so cars stay out. So about half the field still staying out here, and we'll see if these guys pit this time by.
Yep, and looks like Andrew Miller trying to get around Zachary Taylor, and then we'll see if these guys will pit this time. Little 3-car train right here, Chris Jericho, but Barry Beal goes a little bit wide, maybe gives a little opening to Logan Williams, but Williams gets a bad run off of that corner, and we'll see, do these guys pit this time by? Looks like Jericho, Beal, and Logan Williams are all going to pit. Same with Anthony Hernandez, Roberto Crown, Mac Johnson, and here comes everybody else.
It looks like everybody else that stayed out just wanted to stay out one more lap to ensure that they can make it on field from here. And yeah, literally everyone else is paying on lap 10 to lap 11. So that's going to be interesting on who ends up working out from this one. I think this 14 is going to be the race leader still, but who knows, maybe one of these drivers that are doing the overcut.
Oh, that's not what he
going to help
needs.
him. Maybe one of these guys on flusher tires might be able to close it up to his 14 late. And it's not, the 40 is not going to be that far behind as somebody thought. But he's going to, oh, Beal got better stop than the 42. So Beal's going to be, I think, in third here.
And he will be.
Strategy, I love it. Beal with the overcut in third. Jericho's being inside the top 5. How about Clown Jr., Patrick Smith, Robo Clown Jr.,
Sam Vitale, Mac Johnson, Zachary Taylor. Colin Teague had to fix his damage, so he fell back a lot. And maybe it looks like Sam Adia, that strategy did not work out for him at all. He lost a ton of positions as well. So, like you said, strategy played a part, and some drivers played it right, some drivers played it wrong.
And we've switched JT Joy drivers. Before pit stops, it was Caleb Bowles. Well, it was Caleb Bowles because he's the team owner. Before pit stops, it was Sam Adio. And after pit stops, it's Patrick Smith inside the top 5, it looks like now, once it cycles through at the line. But Kenneth Miller, he might be in the prime spot of getting this race win. But we'll see. He was one of the first ones to pit. Not the first ones, but about halfway. And some of these guys like Jericho and Beal have a lap or 2 fresher tires. We'll see if that plays into effect here with 7 laps to go at the line.
Yep, and it also doesn't help that Miller hit the wall last time by too, and if he keeps doing that, he's also going to lose even more time as well. So this time by stays clear of that wall.
Oh, Beal and no,
Jericho hit the wall.
Not the first time that the Gnassicos have hit the wall today. No, I'm getting the JTG joint cars all mixed up. That was Sam with Dio that sideswiped Matt Johnson. They saved it luckily, but that 10-11 is the 12th spot for a reason. And that has been clearly cornered here today.
Yep, and you know, sometimes that's just the way things go here at Watkins Glen. Sometimes you'll have a clean Watkins Glen race, and then sometimes you'll have this where you literally everything and anything has gone wrong for these guys, and these guys are bouncing off cars, bouncing off guardrails, bouncing off pit walls, bouncing off the barrels. I mean, they've pretty much hit everything but the pace car at this point.
Yeah, I mean, a long time ago, we had a IndyCar flip right off of that corner right there. So, over the guardrails. So I don't think we will see that here today. But this place is absolutely wild here, and a great one for Beal. I believe this is one of his home racetracks, if not the home racetrack for William Beal and Stu Haas. Not only are they running first with Kenneth Miller, but running in fourth right now for William Beal, actually third for bringing up Beal. So a great one for Stuart Racing with 2 out of the 4 race cars.
Yep, and this is definitely what Beal needs. I don't want to jinx him, but right now he's currently 40th in points, so a run like this would definitely help him in the point standings as of right now.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Great one from out San Vitale, as well as Josh Williamson getting into the outside wall for Ganassi cars. Can't stop hitting the outside wall. How about the another Stuart driver, the number 10 of Carlos Sustrike. That's 3 cars inside the top 15.
Yeah, Sustrike currently in 14th.
So, and of course, Jason Albert was one of them that was destroying, I think, out in this race now in the number 41. So the other 3 Stuart cars looking pretty good. How about the 78 of Aaron Abel? He's been red hot in series in the Cup Series on my side of things. Didn't make the chase, but has multiple wins. Side draft between Sestroy and Abel, and Aaron Abel having a good one for Frontal here today.
Yup, and this is what this team needs. They've had a little rough patch the past few weeks, so Abel trying to give some life into this team and maybe get Furniture on a roll here. And meanwhile, as we move a little bit further up, we have San Vitale trying to get a good run on Patrick Smith into the heel and a little bit right there, and I think he's going to complete the pass here. As the outside of this turn usually gets the run, but Patrick Smith's going to use him up. He uses him up a little bit, shoves him up the hill, and I think because of that, he's going to retain the position. A little bit of a elbows out, but I mean, it worked. He retains the position from San Vitale.
Oh, but for now, he does go wide open. Watch out, because if these two get side by side again, Jill goes right behind him. Same for Bill Crunchy and Logan timing the top 5, top 3 pace that we've seen all season, but still having another top 10 one for dominant driver this season, a great one inside the top 10. But right now it's looking really good for Kenneth Miller. He's led, I believe, almost every lap up to this point, and he has a 2+ second lead over Elijah Gordon in that number 15.
Yep, and only 4 laps to go at the line this time by, so if you want to catch the top 3 that are gone for any of these guys like Patrick Smith, San Vitale, Jericho, Roberto Crown, you got to start making hay. You got to start pulling some stuff to close the gap, and you got to hope that they make a mistake like Miller and Gordon to like hit the wall off of turn 11 so you can catch up. So but as time gets closer and as the laps tick away, these drivers are not looking good to catch the top 3 right now.
Oh yeah, Beal. Oh my goodness, that San Vitale got sideways at seeing the heel right there.
We're gonna make it 3 wide.
Oh my goodness, one move from Jericho, 3 wide at the Glen. How's this gonna play out?
Vitale's gonna cut him off.
Back to 2 wide. Jericho gonna go wide. And now side by side between Jericho and Patrick Smith. Jericho with a really low exit, and he's gonna get a decent one. But now, I think Beal's on the charge for that number 15 of Elijah Gordon. I think Beal might be one of the fastest cars on the long one, but unfortunately, I think he's going to run out of time for only having 4 laps to go get out the Glen.
Yep. I mean, we are doing roughly 1 minute 44 lap times, so there is a lot of corners and a lot of time you can make up, but like you said, there's only a handful of laps left to do that, so he is, like you said, though, he is catching the 15 of Elijah Gordon and could possibly get second.
Yeah, last time he was 4 seconds and a quarter off of the race lead. And if there's not the 15 in the way, he could easily catch up to him if he did a second plus a lap. But not only does he have to get past the 15, not only does he have to catch up to the 15, he has to pass the 15 and then go after his own teammate for the race win. So probably not going to be the win for that number 4. But how about this jumble of cars between Smith, Jericho, Local Williams and both Clown Jr. Some of the best drivers so far this season of Clown Jr. and Local Williams. Jericho has some solid ones up to this point as well. And same with Dio's been strong. JTG, other than Daytona, they've been strong. And looking to the point of the season, 7 races in, as someone went way wide at Sam Hill, that was Zachary Taylor. Looking to the point of the season where the lanes are starting to stack up a little bit, and we might see some of the favorites join the party of Logan Williams and John Williams at the top of the point standings.
Yep, and right there, you saw Elijah Gordon went a little wide, and now Beal is, like you said, all over the 15 like a cheap suit. But can he get around him quickly to catch the 14? Because last time by it was 4.25. This time by it was 3.99. So gained about a quarter of a second right there, and we'll see if Beal can quickly get by Elijah Gordon here.
He's trying. The sooner he gets past him, the better chance he might have to catch up with Kenneth Miller. But the thing is, if we're about a second to second and a half behind someone, you should have a realistic shot because that final point is a big unknown. But Clown Jr. and Chris Jericho side by side in the carousel, and so far, so good here at Watkins Glen.
Jericho going to dive it in and try to take that position from Crown Jr., and he will. And will retain that spot as he lost one to Logan Williams and Patrick Smith. Once again, the 21 is all over the place, off the racetrack, entering the boot, pushing hard.
Definitely, Taylor must not be handling right lately going in that 21, but still trying to hang on and get a top 10 result. But at the line, it'll be 2 laps to go at the Glen, but that's still about 4 minutes here at the Glen, 3.5 to 4 minutes here at the boot. Still plenty of time for mistakes, and these two are still going at it for, I believe, the 7th position of Clown Jr. and Chris Jericho. Great battle right here.
Yep, and now Crown Jr. is going to send it into the corner, and that's going to spook Jericho, who's going to go wide, and they're going to make contact!
Oh, no!
And that is going to shuffle Jericho out of that position. And Crown Jr. is going to pull away as something else has happened to the number 19 of Owen Miles. Not what Joe Gibbs needs again.
Bad race, bad season for these for Joe Gibbs Racing. But you know who's not having a bad race? It's this number 14 of Kenneth Miller. Started up front and has dominated this one here at Watkins Glen. His teammate Brian Beal has caught up to Elijah Gordon but cannot get past him. So I think as long as nothing catastrophic happens, I think he's probably going to get his first win on the season here today in 1.5 laps.
Yep, and like I said, Miller, haven't really seen much of him all season, but he's been pretty consistent, 11th in points, and well, this is definitely going to help him here today if he can keep it together. And oh no,
Oh no!
Gibbs' day just gets even worse. The 20 blows up, and he's going to have to just putt around back to pit road. And at this point, I don't know what can get worse for Joe Gibbs.
We're going to catch up with the 20 car anyway, possibly, but now he's going to be done for the day. Might have to watch out here in this corner if no one hits him, because this could be a bad spot.
And some cars are going to catch up to him right as he's going to enter the corner.
He should be good. Okay, these guys actually did a lot better job than I thought. So this should be okay. This could be a little bit sketchy though. Trying to get to pit road. You might have to watch out. He might hit the wall here. Meanwhile, Kenneth Miller has taken the white flag. He is going to hit the wall, but going to be just fine. Kenneth Miller.
Watch out.
Oh my goodness. Chris Reynolds. That's the 11. The only car that's had a good one today for Jokers today. That's Nick Lopez. As Reynolds is going to make it back to pit road just fine. Going to take it back to the front. White flag is out for Kenneth Miller. And it looks like Beal's not going to get past Elijah Gordon in time. And I think it's going to be an easy dub for Kenneth Miller here today into number 14 for Stuart Haas.
Yep, has not led every lap, but has led every lap besides the pit cycle. So during pit cycles, some drivers led some laps, but when it counted the most, late in the race, early in the race. He has led every lap and is looking to take the victory by a strong margin here. And down, up the boot, and into the heel. The 14 gets closer and closer to victory lane here.
Going to go into the heel, and now gonna go back to the NASCAR part of the track. And now he only has 2 more corners to survive, and how about Logan Williams? I said like damn top 5 speed, he made me eat my words. He's gonna top 5 out of nowhere for that number 95.
Yep, and through the final corner and turn number 11. He's going to take it nice and easy. Actually, he's not. He's going to hit the wall, and he's going to win the Boost Mobile 350K here at Watkins Glen. And battle for a second is going to give that to Brandon Beal.
What a one off the final corner. Beal is going to get a second place finish, and it's going to be a 1-2 finish for Schwartz racing it today. Imagine if that was for the win. Oh my goodness, what a move from Beal, and what a job well done for Schwartz racing 1-2, and then I believe the number 10 also got a solid result as well.
11th, yeah.
So yeah, really good one for Schwartz here today, besides the 41.
Yeah, and the 41, the Stuart Haas has had a pretty good season, besides the 4 and the 41, so the 10's doing all right. Actually, no, I'm looking at points, and Stuart Haas needed this because they're all down low in points besides Kenneth Miller. So I retracted my previous statement. They all needed that good run. So good job from Stuart Haas. And we're going to take a look at the finishing results. Kenneth Miller with the win. Brandon Beal in second. Elijah Gordon in third. Logan Williams in fourth. Alex San Vitale in fifth. Patrick Smith in sixth. Roberto Crown Jr. in seventh. Chris Jericho in eighth. Zachary Taylor in ninth. And Colin Teague will still get a top 10 even after repairing damage from early in the race. We're still waiting on cars to finish to call it official. More like the 66 of Santi Messi. He's going to hit the wall one more time and end up finishing the race. And the results will officially be official. There we go. And there's the rest of your standings right there. We're going to go back, record everything, and you'll see all the incidents on the side of your screen as they happened during the race. So, what's your final thoughts here from Watkins Glen, Nathan?
Well, Watkins Glen was about as chaotic as I expected here today. It's definitely a great world course. We saw, before pit stops, we saw so much battling between the likes of Kenneth Miller, Colin Teague, Sam Dio, Jericho, Williamson. Just so many drivers were up in the midst. The top 5, top 6 before pit stops were all in the midst right there. And then it came down to strategy. And some drivers that pitted later on ended up being some better ones. I think Beal was one of the drivers that had maybe 1 lap fresher tires than Gordon. And that might have been why he was able to make that last corner move on Gordon for that second place spot. But a great race here today. Great one for Colin T. Definitely needed that. Being the top 10 one still. And it's going to be interesting on how the points shake up. But one driver that is going to be smooth sailing to his way to the chase at this point might be Logan Williams with another good one here today. The top 5 out of nowhere for that number 95 team.
Yep, and we're going to leave here with the points lead as all the drivers that he was racing with didn't finish ahead of him, so Logan Williams is going to be pulling further ahead in the points lead. Roberto Crown Jr., though, he might gain a few more spots with that 7th place finish, and we're about to see. You guys are going to find out here soon enough as the points. My name is Travis Crampton, and alongside me was Nathan Stapleton. And for him, thank you guys for watching Watkins Glen on the Boost Mobile 350K. We'll be back for the next race here in the Subway Cup Series.